Shalom. All right, we're going live, right? We're live.
Yeah, it's live.
It's the Apostle Rakar. I'm here with the brother Gadawan. Want the brother introduce yourself, brother?
Banaya.
Banaya, you know what I'm saying? Two Gadite brothers. And welcome to another installment of the final American Indian Uprising. Okay? You know, it's a special live from Alcatraz Island, of course. As you see, you got Edomites, you know, they doing the tours and stuff like that. It's a hell of a place, man. You see that these devils made this place into a prison, man, because basically, when you come here, you feel despair, man. You feel despair, hopelessness, man. This place is a hell of a place to come to. You understand what I mean? But anyways, you know, there's a installment, a special installment of the final American Indian Uprising, right? Live from Alcatraz. You know, got to get out here through the Spirit of the Lord. You can see San Francisco right behind us, Golden Gate Bridge, and basically, you know, next weekend, well, going into a little bit of history, you know, Gad, in the 60s, the Gadites came out here with the American Indian movement, and they had an occupation of Alcatraz Island back when all that was going on. You know, when the Gadites were rising up against Esau, you know, the American Indian movement and all that stuff, man. And then next weekend, they're going to have a big, Gad is coming back out here, they're going to have an anniversary demonstration of the occupation. So I said it'd be a perfect opportunity to do this show, Final American Indian Uprising, man. Because and in light of all the stuff that's going on out there in South Dakota with Standing Rock there, with the pipeline gas going crazy, our people rising up out there, Esau is jacking up out there. And the reason that's happening, I believe, the other Apostle Tahar said it because Gad ain't coming back to the fact that they're Israelites, man. Gad and Reuben and the tribes, man. Okay? They're not coming back to the fact that they're Israelites, man. Okay, so they're running around with all that other madness that our people are following. The main thing is to come back to the fact, first of all, when you really uprise, you got to come back to the fact that you're Gad, Reuben, Issachar. Come back to the fact that you're Israelites, you got to acknowledge Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the way you're going to rise up, man. Okay? You know, Donald Trump, he got in office, he's inaugurated, he's in there, he's the president, he's that guy. And he already came in talking shit about what he's going to do. He's going to stir things up, man, out there. So basically, man, like I said, Final American Indian Uprising, live from the Rock, from Alcatraz, man. So basically, man, what's going to happen now, the Most High is already, as you see, the Lord, but the Lord, like I said in the scripture, give me the scripture about Gad in Genesis.
Okay.
You know, anything?
Bring it out.
Yeah.
Genesis 49. Genesis 49 and 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
That's right, man. And you see these Gadites getting all roused up, raising up against Esau, and that's the Most High stirring their spirit up too. Stirring them, getting them roused up, stirring them up. Okay, but ultimately, Gad is rising up now because you see, even amongst the brothers in the truth, okay, you got a lot of Gadite brothers that's waking up, Reubenite brothers that's waking up, coming back to the fact that they're Israelites, like what you see in front of you. So that's the Lord raising Gad up. Okay, the Lord is raising us up, man. And he's putting that spirit back on Gad to start remembering shit. Remembering that this white man is the devil. Okay? Bringing back all them tension, stirring Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is stirring the pot, man. He's stirring the pot. Okay? And a lot of our people are starting to wake up. Even the ones, the Gadites out there, they're not waking up to the fact that they're Israelites yet. But they're waking up to the fact that this white man's the devil, which they should have already knew that. When the hell are y'all gonna, man? Y'all should know by now that the white man is the damn devil. Right? All the treaties that he broke, stealing your land, raping your woman, just outright murdering our people. So come on, man. Yes, come on with it.
Jude 1 and 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this.
Hey, come on, guys, get up in there.
See, like the apostle was saying, the Most High stirring up that remembrance, right? And a lot of Gadites, I remember when I was growing up as a kid, we would come out here on Columbus Day, sunrise ceremony, and back then it was just local Gadites, you know. But now if you come on Columbus Day or Thanksgiving for that sunrise ceremony, they have it right over here. You got all kinds of different nations that come out.
Yeah.
You know, you got Edomites, you got the other tribes as well, Issachar, right? But you got all these different people that come out to see, you know, come back in that remembrance of what? Uprising against these damn devils, these so-called white people, Esau.
Yeah.
All right, and this island is a symbol of us rising up against you damn devils.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
I believe in the occupation, they held this island for over a year. They were trying to starve out the Indians. They wouldn't let them bring in no supplies. It's cold out here. It's windy.
It's windy. It's cold, man.
And it get colder once the sun sets.
Yeah, right behind there. Well, like I said, I took pictures, and when you go, and Esau they even speak on it, right? As we came on the island, the first thing you get out, first thing you see is when the whole occupation was going on. Indians welcome. You damn right, we welcome. Yeah. This is all Indian land anyway, Gadite land anyway. But they speak on it, right? These the tour guides and stuff. As you can see right here, they have a big tour right over here. All these people, right? They talk about they actually spoke when we got off the boat. They actually spoke on the occupation and all that stuff, man.
Because a lot of these touristas, they come here, they don't really know about. Oh, they start seeing the Indians, the graffiti, because the Indians wrote, "Welcome Indian, this is Indian land."
Yeah.
Right. And then when you even go inside the cells, they even wrote inside the cells and said, "This is Nixon's cell," you know.
Yeah.
But pretty much through the spirit, they're saying, "Hey, these cells, prison is gonna be for you damn devils real soon."
That's right. Right. The so-called white man, you about to be locked up. See,
For 1,000 years.
1,000 years, man. See, being that we on Alcatraz, and Esau, you love locking people up, but you're about to get the ultimate lockdown. There's gonna be Alcatraz in the kingdom of heaven. That's gonna be the real Alcatraz, man. The rock.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna throw you up. I've always said, man, we're gonna throw you in a 100-foot pit. Okay. We're gonna do all this stuff that you did. We're gonna be done to Esau, and that's the whole thing with the tribes rising up. Okay, well, all the tribes are rising up. You see all these the pot is being stirred. And as far as with the other tribes, with Issachar, with Trump being in office, and Trump is still talking about getting rid of the so-called Mexicans, Issachar. Okay, he said he's gonna deport all the illegals. And you know the illegals he's talking about, not these heathens, not Moab, not Elam. He's talking about the Israelites, man. He's gonna go out and he already got Issachar in his sights now. This land, as well as Gad land, it was Gad, Reuben, and Issachar. Okay, because so-called Mexico is a part of the territory of the United States. So the so-called Mexicans are so-called Indians. The Aztec, okay, the Mayans, all the way down to South America, man. The main people that Esau gonna go out there is the tribes, man. And he's gonna get the other, all the illegals he's talking about is Issachar, okay, and Zebulon, Naphtali. He mentioned it, he told him, he got them in his sights, but he gonna go after Benjamin, Levi too. Okay?
So he's going to crack down on the gangs, drugs. But here he's a so-called white man. He's the biggest drug dealer here. He gives his Jake to sell just to get them in prison, industrial complex. Put him back in slavery. There's more Jakes in slavery now than been back 200 years ago.
Yeah.
We're out of prison right now.
That's right.
Yeah, and this is just a symbol of America, you know, just a big prison for our people. And you can see it's already decrepit, it's falling apart.
Yeah.
Why? Because they can't fund it anymore, they can't put more money into it. That's what's going to happen real soon to America.
Yeah, that's right.
Right there, like it says in Revelation, the merchant's going to fail when it's destroyed. Right? These other nations are going to want gold or silver. Okay? America's just going to be totally wiped out. If you can keep going on the remembrance book, sure.
Yeah, this island is indicative because as you walk through, man, it's shut down. It was a prison, a live working prison. Now it's shut down, like America shut down or shutting down, and then it's dilapidated, it's breaking down. So Alcatraz is indicative of America. And America, we did a video a few years back about America, the great prison camp of the nation of Israel. So America is Alcatraz because it was a prison. This place was a prison camp for the nation of Israel.
Surrounded by great waters.
Surrounded by
We're in the middle of the bay.
yeah, we're in the middle of the San Francisco Bay, right? Pelican Bay.
Pelican Bay, right up the way, you know. San Quentin.
Yep. San Quentin.
So
Right?
all the big California state penitentiaries right here in this area. You go further north with the bridge this way, you're gonna run. That's where all you niggas, you lifers,
Yeah.
you up in there. You death row dudes, you just sick gang them. You Sakari niggas, all right. You end up over there. Gangologists. Let's keep going about the shot.
I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this.
That's what's happening. Because what's happening, which really that scripture is really talking about the brothers of the elect. That's really what that's talking about, like primarily the elect, like you brothers that's in this truth, that's teaching the word the right way. The Most High is waking you up, because when we were all born into the world in this society, right? But in our past lives, we were in this. You were always in the truth. Like the scripture says, the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, right? So in the past, during the time of Yahweh and the disciples and even the prophets, right? The men of the Lord were always the men of the Lord, right? The men, that was what King David. So they died back then and came back in the reincarnation. So when we all came back in this our lifetime, this reincarnation, you didn't know the truth. None of us. Well, there were very few brothers that could say that they were born and raised in the truth. Like High Priest Ariah, he was born and raised in the truth, right? But primarily, most of us, we grew up in this world believing in whatever bullshit philosophies and doctrines our parents taught us. Certain brothers were Christians. Okay, certain brothers might have been Muslims. Certain brothers were probably just niggas out in the street. The street philosophy, whatever it was. You sure as hell didn't know you was an Israelite. You had to be told by a man. For you niggas that talk about, oh look, man, I don't deal with man, I deal with the boy. No, you dealing with man because the Most High deals with man. The sky cracked open and the voice came to you and said, you are from the tribe of Judah, you shall awake and go out and teach. That's it, like my man Nick said when he was doing an interview. And the guy said, how'd you learn about this? Oh no, I was just walking down the street and somebody gave me a fire and I just woke up. No, nigga, you was taught. Taught by who? You probably saw the camp. You joined, you came, you was listening. Who did you see? You saw the elders of our time. You saw High Priest Ariah. You saw King Marshall, High Priest Jacob, and the other. And primarily, I know one of the main brothers you saw was Apostle Tahar speaking. Because the 44th camp, that was the main camp where Apostle Tahar was over that camp, under the top 7, the elders. You were standing on the street, on the other side, listening. You joined the camp, and you joined the Apostle Tahar's camp. So you had the top 7, Lahab, Yeshai, all them guys, but you nigga came directly up under your immediate commander was Apostle Tahar. Your immediate teacher was Apostle Tahar in the 44th camp, like myself, Apostle Kaval, and all the rest of us. So you learned from man, but the Most High, Yahweh Shai, put the spirit on man to open and enlighten you on this thing. So, and when you heard the word, like I was telling you, when you heard this, it resonated with you among all the brothers, and it was like, wow, you felt it made sense. So that was the Most High renewing of your mind, like the scripture says, by the renewing of your mind. Go ahead, brother.
It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance.
I will therefore put you in remembrance. When you heard the scriptures, when you heard the truth, you woke up and you put into remembrance the fact that we are Israelites. I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Gad. I'm from the tribe of Issachar, right? And now you start. That's why the scriptures you got to study to show thyself approved. Because then when you start studying, and then you learn the name of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and then the Most High, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai come and they supplement you, and then your mind opens up to the scriptures and you grow. So you're put back in remembrance of this thing. So that's how we can stand here and say we know we can't improve and stand here. Because Yahweh Shai put us in remembrance of this. And through the Spirit of the Lord is using us to try to wake up the rest of our brothers of the elect. Okay? From the tribes, man. Okay? Come on, brother.
It says, though ye once knew this.
Because we knew it in the past, back in the reincarnation. During the time of Yahweh Shai, we knew we were Israelites. And we were walking around back then with Yahweh Shai, with the disciples, who was with the prophets. Okay? Go ahead.
Now the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroying them that believe not.
That's right, destroying them which believe not. So that's going to happen again now. Back is the new Egypt, the new Babylon. So the ones of our people, the 2/3 that don't want to wake up, y'all going to get destroyed right along with America. Because this is a crucial time, man. This is a crucial time right now. Everything's stirred up, man, because Issachar, people are rioting, but which a lot of them agent provocateurs, we were watching it yesterday. You can straight up see that those were, remember brothers we were watching at the house, that those were goddamn straight up agent provocateurs. They had masks and the bandana, and they were busting the bank windows, and then they would run off. And the cops walking around spraying mace. That whole shit is a setup, man. It was all a goddamn setup, man. You know, you got something you want to say, brother?
It's all a setup because devils, you see those anarchists or whatever, you know, they're set up so they can call us martial law.
Yeah. That's right.
Right? And they're gonna use those same agent provocateurs to start the race riots. Okay, the race wars. Okay, and all that's gonna end up being all the nuclear missiles before.
That's right. That's the ultimate climax. That's the that's gonna happen. Yeah. It's all about auto chaos, man. So they're doing that. So then Trump was coming in. So he gonna say, look, you know what? He can do it today. He can just say, I'm declaring martial law, man. Fuck this shit.
Well, out there in Standing Rock, it is martial law.
It's martial law.
They got a road blockade, and then every time them Gadites go over there, and they're being so-called peaceful.
Yeah.
They're over there and singing songs.
Yeah.
Bugged out. Right? But they're over there.
Some of them are taking peyote buttons.
Yeah, taking peyote
They're out
buttons.
there having a nipi ceremony, which a nipi ceremony is a sweat lodge. But that ain't helping, man.
They're licking frogs.
Doing whatever the hell you doing. Eating buffalo meat.
Yeah, eating
right? That's all the sweat lodges and all the buffalo meat. You can sit there and eat and do all the sweat lodges you want to do, all the nipis you want to do. Okay? You can smoke the pipe. Right? You can eat buffalo meat and thinking you're doing something, and the creator is hearing you, right? Tukashla is hearing you, right? First of all, Tukashla ain't hearing you, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Tukashla ain't hearing you.
He's gonna jack you up.
Tukashla. Wankantanka is the one that's jacking you up. The great grandfather is the one that's jacking you up. Why? Because y'all ain't waking up to the fact of who you really are. Number one, you ain't really calling upon. See, I'm saying it in the phrase y'all know. You ain't really calling upon Tukashla because you don't know Tukashla's real name. His real name is Yahweh, number one. And then on top of that, you're acknowledging Tukashla's son, Yahweh Shai.
And you don't acknowledge the rest of your people. You don't acknowledge Judah as being your brother.
No, you don't. Some of you do.
Some of you do.
Some of you do. You got certain guys that you know that the Negroes are kin to them. Especially Reuben, my tribe, you know, we were renowned for it. Right? Certain guys do. You don't acknowledge them. You don't acknowledge none of the tribes.
You don't acknowledge Issachar, you don't acknowledge Ephraim.
You know, simple asshole guys, man. Fucking nigga. I'm a full blood. And then that will remind you too, man. Because I didn't hang out with them. I didn't spend time amongst you. Yeah, like you're cool. No, you're Indian. You're an Indian, brother. See, you know, full blood asshole, man.
Full of shit.
Okay, mixed blood shit. There's no such thing as mixed blood.
That goes back to Esau.
Yeah, go back to this devil Esau. See what I'm saying? You got something. Come on with this.
Jeremiah 4:22.
And hopefully all you brothers that's logged in and doing this, you know, that's how you find an American Indian uprising live from Iraq. And AMERICAN through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we don't keep this. Like I said, this is a show that myself and brother, we started this back in the 90s when we was before the internet. We was doing public access, and then a couple like in 2014, I kind of brought it back. But it's a perfect way to revitalize this particular show. So hey man, we're gonna be doing feeds with this brother like online. You know, we're gonna get this particular show cracking again, man.
Yeah, because since the occupation here, there hasn't really been a Gadai uprising until now, which is happening in Standing Rock.
That's right.
But you guys over there going to Standing Rock, trying to, they call it the Black Snake, you're gonna get jacked up. And Trump is gonna call the order and just might mow all y'all down.
Yeah, well, Trump gonna do it.
You're gonna do it, and then you're gonna realize that you can't reason with this devil.
You can't reason with this devil. Don't you know that by now, man?
You can't plead with this devil after all the destruction he's done to our forefathers, our families, and he's still doing it to our people on the reservation.
Well, he showed you. I had this whole Standing Rock thing up there in North Dakota, a bear soldier. The white man is showing you right then and there. They don't care about you beating up all that beating the drum and singing the hymn song, okay? And all that fucking Indian bullshit, all that bow and arrow bullshit, it's not gonna help. It hasn't helped. Because if it helped, if all that and the white man, he looks at you and says, hey, this fucking sandwich, man. Yep. Smoke rounds, basically. The white man gets mad.
That's all he does.
He gets mad. When you start doing all that Indian shit, they get mad.
Peace comes up. Their forefathers' spirit killing
Nelson Miles. Okay, Sheridan, General.
What's the other dude who did the Cheyenne River?
That was him. That was Sheridan. Sheridan, man. That Indian.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson said. Andrew Jackson said, "Fuck y'all Indians, man. I'm removing you." And the Cherokee were going to Congress trying to fight lawfully, and Andrew Jackson said, "Fuck y'all." And a federal judge ruled in favor of the Cherokee Nation against removal, and Andrew Jackson just superseded that. And I said, "Look, man. Well, if the federal government want to stop us from taking the Indian land, let them do something about it. I'm the president." You see it? So that spirit, Esau is showing you that spirit now. See, because just because the white man come to the see, they like that Indian shit when they want to be entertained. See it? You dumbass.
When they're at a football game,
yeah,
or watching a goddamn baseball game, they love that bullshit. And that's all it is, bullshit.
Oh, man. See, I love the people because the powwow,
Burn sage and
shit. Sing the hymn song and shit.
They're gonna do it anyways. You know, we're gonna do it next week.
We may come back up here. I will rock this out. I'll still be here until next weekend. So I'll come back up.
Yeah, change that flight.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That'd be nice because there's gonna be a whole bunch of simple-minded bow and arrows like that, man. And the most I can destroy all of them, man. All you Gadites and Rubenites and what so on and so forth that the weapon the fact that you're Israelites, you don't make it. Because anybody going on the ship talking about I'm Lakota, or nobody going on the ship talking about I'm Seminole, I'm Miccosukee, or I'm holding a shiny. You ain't going on the ships.
San Carlos Apache.
San Carlos Apache, right? You ain't going on the ships, right? You know, today I'm
let them sing aloud upon their beds.
When we're singing aloud, right, we're singing with this word, this truth. Okay?
Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand.
The Most High is the knowledge, the scriptures, the knowledge of Yahweh, which is this book. That's the high praises of the Most High. And in the name, Barakatah Yahweh, man, that's what's going to deliver us. Not calling upon Tukasha. Okay? Because calling upon Tukasha, how come Tukasha have to come down and save you, man? With the white man out there spraying you with drugs and tasing you and locking you up. And you go out there, you go to Standing Rock if you want to. Esau's jacking your head up out there. You can get up, you others from the East Coast. Brothers talk about Facebook. I'm come out here. If you're an Indian, you should be out here with us. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you're an Indian and you're not out here with us fighting.
Yeah, then they're telling you close.
It's a scam. It's a big scam. Because what you dummies out there standing not to understand, and up in the Bear Soldier in North Dakota, the tribal, like I always said, the corrupt tribal council already sold you out. That's the game. You guys, you grassroots people, y'all don't know the tribal council. That's what they want to do. The tribal council already sold this other land. They got the tribal council. They sold the laws with it. So the pipeline companies are coming and saying, look, what the fuck? It was your own tribe. The tribal leader said we could bring the pipeline through here. That's what we're going to tell them. But back when the whole thing came and all that, sold ranches and they allowed the white man to come on the reservation and do what he wanted to do. The grassroots people didn't know about it, or they did know about it, but nothing they could do. And they wanted to try to rise up and go, no, we didn't say anything. This ain't Indian land. Nobody should be
Once they know this land is sacred, the scripture tell you what happened. The foreign land is in the witchcraft, right?
Pimping your women.
Yeah,
None of you motherfuckers be pimping your women. Yeah, we gonna get on gas, man. We've been on the res. We've lived on the res. Pimping your women out, man. You got gang violence on the reservation.
bitches holding out just for a ride to the liquor store.
Yeah, thank you. When you come to town, you fucking Indian women. I know, I've seen you in action. You be on the res, and you'll fucking walk to town. Or you'll hitchhike into town and go to the bars downtown Rapid City or downtown Billings, Montana. And all these things to the white man. Going like the white man. Flip off on them just for a picture of beer, man. Pictures of beer, man.
Called Indians.
Cars, man.
And they still call
white
it.
boys running trains on you in the back of the pickup truck, and then you take your funky asses, put your little jean shorts back on, and you go back to the res, and then you want to lay up with some simple-minded gadite, man, and he don't give a shit. As long as you bring back some beer. You get us be pimping your women out for drinks, man. Okay? We know about you, man. Yeah, we know, man. We know.
You're over here worried about a oil pipeline. Our
Yeah.
people are destroyed, man.
Yeah.
And then they're more in the ground. And then $1 billion is that pipeline company invested in it. $billions.
That's right.
Esau so-called investment. Indian lives ain't worth that much to Esau.
They never Sand Creek Massacre. Okay, the Great Swamp Massacre, that was up in the Northeast, up in Rhode Island area, back when the Pilgrims first came in. They fucking just burnt up the Wampanoag Indians up there. So on, the Trail of Tears. The list goes on.
Long Walk.
The Long Walk. The list goes on and on and on and on. Well, they did that to the Dene, to the Navajos, man. The Long Walk made them walk back. Say, okay, well, you want to go back to your mountains? Walk. Right?
Took everything and made them walk.
In
the winter.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and listen, that's the most popularly known incidents. You know how many more incidents was going on
prior to that?
After, during?
Yeah, after, during?
But go ahead, brother. Finish that scripture out there. This brother got to say
it says, let the high praises of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen.
Yeah, brother, you break it down too. You get some.
Yep, so the elect come off them ships, you know, they're going to get orders from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to bring judgment, you know, to judge these other nations, and the two-edged sword in the hand, that means the elect are going to get physical, you know.
That's
right
right.
now, the elect are spiritual, crying out to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, but once you get those new bodies, it's on, it's game time, you know, to rebuild, to destroy this place and rebuild the kingdom.
Well, you so-called Indians, all right? You American Indians and all you other tribes that associate with being a so-called indigenous person, all right? You over here thinking that you're a warrior, you're fighting against Esau, right? You ain't doing shit. What you're doing is just Most High is just justifying his destroying.
That's right.
True warriors ain't up. Oh, you want to ways, man. This devil wants to put an RFID microchip in you.
That's right. To keep you in control.
Chip.
You're gonna get a chip. They say, look, if you want to check it out, they're gonna put it out there. They're gonna got you condensed in one area, and then they're gonna sell Uncle Tomahawk Tribal Council, and they're gonna say, listen, if you want to keep your tribe, membership, you have to take this chip.
Disenroll, you can't be a member of the tribe.
You can't be a member of the tribe, which means you got to give up your house and leave the reservation. Yep. You want to keep getting your allotment rights. Especially when you have the casinos. My tribe, the whole y'all gonna go with the plan. He's on. You want to keep your casino. You want to keep your little benefits. You want to keep your land, you got to get this chip.
They call them hang around the fort Indians.
That's right.
He's waiting for handouts from Esau. Yep. And my mom, she works on the reservation in the cafeteria, and they got a fingerprint scan all the kids just to get lunch.
Look at that. That's the chip.
So you don't even know what's going on the reservation.
Sat and talked to them. They were getting money and crying.
13, 14, right? They try to get as far as they can, and they get kidnapped and sent right back.
Yeah.
They change their names.
Popping the little Indian kids, kids, up in them schools.
All this try to drink the pain away from all the abuse that they went through. Get that with What happened at the ghost dance, man?
That's right. That's right.
The ghost dance was the last call. Like, all right, we got to do this. We got to do this.
Yeah, put your shirts on.
They were starving themselves, you know, fasting, you know. But that was a spiritual thing because they really thought that the Most High put the spirit in them to go and fight Esau, man.
Yeah. Wear your ghost shirts and the bullets. If you wear your ghost shirts, wear these shirts. When you wear your ghost shirts, you gonna listen to that fucking bug out with Hoka. Wear your ghost shirts, my brothers and sisters, and the bullets will not harm you. And do this dance, do the ghost dance, do the ghost dance, and the bullets will not harm you. And when the white man came, man, they just started gunning your ass down. That was Wounded Knee, man. 1890. They were wearing their ghost shirts. And what happened? They all got laid out.
With the Gatling gun.
They got laid out, man. Right out there. And I was there. I was at Wounded Knee. I was right at the site of the massacre. And then they took all the bodies and just dumped you all into it's the graveyard right there at Wounded Knee, on the res. That's the town of Wounded Knee. When you go to the cemetery, the actual grave is right there where all the bodies of the people that got laid out in 1890, right there. I was on the res. I went to Wounded Knee. I went to the site. Okay? When I was on Pine Ridge. So you see? So if a man that would do that, yes, like the brother said, all that wearing the ghost shirts and doing the sacred dance and the sweat lodges, like you would think that you Gadites would know by now, this ain't working. So you gotta come back to the truth. But the ones of you that don't come back to the truth, the missiles, you're gonna ultimately be destroyed anyway. But if you don't get it in the race wars, if you don't get thrown in the concentration camp, the missiles are gonna come down and get you. So all your drums, your jingle dress, sage bundles, and all that's gonna be burnt up. That's all gonna get burnt up. Okay? That's all gonna get burnt up. Yep. Your sweat lodges, that's gonna get burnt up.
Long houses, hogans.
Your long houses, your hogans, that's all gonna get burnt up. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Yep. This is Jeremiah 13:23. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil."
Yeah, so you think this devil, just because he just gave you American citizenship in the past century, what, 1930s?
That's right, that's
you
right.
Indians weren't even citizens of
We
America.
weren't even citizens, man.
You were looked at as enemy combatants.
Enemy combatants up until then.
Yep, and up until then they said, okay, you guys could be citizens of America. Why? Because they wanted to ship you to World War II. That's why. That's the only reason why. Oh, because then, oh yeah, you know what? We got to protect America. America's getting our land. They rose that spirit up, and you bugged out Indians during World War II.
Yeah.
And then you gave the U.S. military came in, and you gave all your horses to Esau.
That's right.
For these wars.
That's right, man.
All right. So that's the only reason why they made you a citizen.
Because they love the they honor at the powers, they honor the code talkers, and you had other code Choctaw code talkers. Okay, and all that. You did it for Esau.
You did it for Esau, but Esau couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
With all the tribes.
World War II about these particular black and there was an all-star cast that came out in the 80s when I was a kid. Denzel is in it. Denzel Washington's in it. That's back when he was really known. He was on the come up. Denzel is in it. Robert Townsend is in it. God, Howard Robbins is in it. He's in it. It's a good movie. It's showing you like they had the black regiment and these guys they're old. They were begging the white man to let them go fight. Come on, fight. And after Joe Louis beat Schmelly or whatever, then they decided, okay, we're gonna let you niggas go fight. And at the end of the movie, they were happy. The Negroes, they were happy to go and fight, man.
Fight for Esau.
Yeah, the movie was the same way because why? there because they know Israel are the real warriors. So the tribes, they know we're the real warriors. Shit on your ass. I have a tendency of doing that. You understand what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna worry about it. We're gonna go in the spirit. Satan, he's the prince of the power of the air. He's stirring the birds on that.
These are unclean birds.
Yeah, unclean birds. But the word of the Lord is coming out. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I got another precept.
Hey, we're on the rocks.
I got another one for you.
Come on with it.
All right, this is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Yeah, Esau's your enemy.
That's
man.
right.
If you didn't believe he's your enemy, just look at history.
I don't know if they came up there and told you. But Esau, you're the enemy. I don't think they came up there and told you.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, and you can see his wickedness keep rusting. You got some rust right here on that iron. It's gonna keep rusting until it goes back to carbon to the floor. That's his devil, all right? This devil gonna keep rusting until we exterminate his ass. So you think, oh, you know what? We gotta go to our prayer circles. We gotta go to the barricade. We're gonna go to the state legislature. We're gonna try and pass laws. We're gonna elect congressmen. None of that gonna work. None of that's gonna work. So at any moment, you just become dictator. Right?
He's the guy to do it.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking dictator. That's Senator. Well, no, man. Senator Palpatine, he acted like he was cool. Then he just came out being the devil, man. Trump is like this Darth Vader, man. He's just coming at you like, look. Because he can declare martial law. And if he does that, he can free the Constitution frozen. He just do what he wants to. Oh, by the way, Monkey Boy is gone. I'm glad. We don't got to look at him no more.
Yeah,
I'm glad he's gone. We don't got to look at that fucking creep no more.
Yeah.
Right? We don't got to look at that man, Michelle Obama no more. That drag queen, Michelle Obama no more.
That's right.
We can actually turn on the TV. At least we don't got to see them no more.
Yeah.
For you niggas.
You're hanging out with nigga celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
And faggot celebrities.
Yeah.
Lesbos and shit.
Yeah, man.
Dancing on talk shows, man. That's why Esau voted in Trump, man. He don't want to see a nigga already. How many niggas does Esau got to see anyways, man? You know? Then you got to turn on the TV and watch that. That's why you put Trump in.
He's on the Oprah Winfrey show, and he can't dance. Obama is.
And then you Indians, you all happy because Obama came to the res.
Yeah, he came to the
Came to the res. He said, Obama didn't do shit for you.
He didn't do shit for you. And y'all helped vote him in. I know when he was campaigning, he went to all the different reservations. I saw one thing, he went to the Blackfeet Res, and y'all was with him. You gathered. Then but afterwards, y'all woke up. Y'all turned against him. And y'all saw that he didn't do shit. First of all, if he didn't do nothing for the blacks, he sure as hell wasn't going to do nothing for the Indian or the Latino.
And they gave him a chief. They gave him a chief blanket, right?
Yeah.
They gave him and he's all wearing a chief blanket and shit. Obama, they're all honoring him. All right. And them Indians, you did that. Y'all gonna be the first ones to get killed, real soon, man.
See, but that's spiritual in a sense too. But I understand why y'all backed him up because y'all know, which he ain't one of our people, but y'all thought he was. So that proved in the spirit that the so-called Indian know that the black people are like akin to them. Because when y'all like, oh, wow, okay, well, we got a black man running. So you know what? Let's back him up because the black man will understand us. So maybe he might help with the Indians too. But he ain't do that. Oh, and by the way, he didn't give Peltier clemency. Okay.
Chelsea Manning.
Chelsea Manning got it.
Yep.
And then fucking tranny. So if you get yourself a sex change, they'll let you out. Sick. Can you warm that up?
Yeah, Clank.
Yeah, go ahead, brothers.
It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
That's right.
Though he humble himself.
Yeah, so the devil's like, you know what? Oh, we're gonna let you Indians do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're giving you casinos. Oh, look, we're letting you be autonomous. Oh, we acknowledge you as sovereign nations. You're sovereigns. Keep going.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good
Esau.
heed.
They come out to the reservation. We love you. We give you goods. Like back in the days when they stuck us on the reservations. Here's blankets. Here's meat. The blankets had lice and smallpox in them. The meat was rancid with rats and roaches running through it.
Keep going.
It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah,
That was
beware
like
of
Obama.
this
When Obama came to the res, he came all humble. See?
Keep going.
Beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yep. Keep going.
Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee,
Which he did, because
Yep.
what you Indians would do is let Esau in the village,
Yup,
all the fur traders,
that's right.
right? Like James Adair, right? The
Yeah,
reason
guy.
why, who through the spirit may be a Jake, 'cause he's from Scotland,
Yeah.
right? But well, how he get all that knowledge? He was living with the Indians. He was doing the fur trade. He was moving up and down the Mississippi, seeing all the different Indians, dealing with them. And then, of course, the chief, he was sitting with the chief. He was with the, he wasn't with just the regular Indians, you know, out there doing this stuff. Of course, the chief, oh, I want the Edomite right next to me. I want the white man right next to me. I'll deal with the white man. He can stay with me. And, you know, they treated him nice. They gave him the best of everything and fed him first.
Gave him the offer to the women.
yeah,
Offer the woman, oh, you got one of my daughters, whatever. Yep. You do all that, next thing you know, that Esau overtake you. You know?
it says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
He just stood up in your place. This is your place.
All this is our land. This is all so-called Indian land, all of America. I had a friend of mine said, everywhere I walk is Indian land, not no more.
Yep.
He's in your place. He's so-called the white, like back east, right? Back east, you got the hood, like in New York City, right? They throw niggas, like, you got areas like Brooklyn, right? Like Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, there's all ghettos and slums, projects. It's all fucked up and broken up. But then when you go out into the suburbs, and, out in the woods, them Edomites, they live out in the woods and the mountains and shit. It's like the air is fresher when you get out there. And if you go out there, you're not welcome out there. The cops will profile you, right? But that's all your land. They got the fatness of the earth, as the scripture said.
They got you living in concrete huts. Keep
Yep.
going.
Reservations.
Yep.
Judah and Benjamin and Ephraim, the rest of you tribes, y'all on the reservation. The ghetto is a reservation.
Friggin' the island of Puerto Rico is a big reservation.
Big reservation.
It's not even acknowledged as a state.
Jamaica, they got you Benjamites and
Jamaica's a big reservation for the British,
Yep,
right? That's just you think you got independence, they still control everything.
that's right.
And then in Puerto Rico, you Ephraimites got a real bad. Because you think you're a so-called American citizen, but you're not, right? Because you're from the Commonwealth, and then you can't even vote for Trump. You can't even vote for Obama. You're just there, man. You're just land owned by Esau. And every time they try to come up and say, "Oh, we want independence," the FBI goes in and kills your ass.
That's
man.
right, man. They jack your ass up out there.
So whatever. Anytime our people try to get out of the hell they're in, Esau is gonna constantly put you back in it. All right? Because there's no way out of it. The only way out of it is to return to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh.
That's right, man. You got to return to the scriptures.
Right? And
Really
these
think
scriptures.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai,
And these
man.
scriptures these are our scriptures, okay? You Indians, oh, that's the white man's book. Oh, that's the white. No, man, the so-called white man took everything, man, and tried to make it his. Just like this land. This is his land, all right? But it is now, all right? For a point in time, he took the book and he used it to justify everything he did to destroy us, right? Knowing because the power's in the book, all right? And then you Indians saying, oh, we don't want the book. You got no power, you got nothing. That's why you get mowed down, you get blown up, concussion grenades.
They messing you up like that, man.
You're getting pepper sprayed, and then you know what? They're gonna drill. They get the drill pad on. They're gonna drill. They're gonna get that oil out.
They're going to get the oil, man. They would test oil for uranium, which the lands are already polluted already.
Yeah.
They already were.
Well, you go into the Navajo Res where I was just at. They got a place called Black Mesa, right? And why is it Black Mesa? Because there's nothing but charcoal in there, coal. All right, Peabody coal mines, and they still got the mine going in, and they're trying to make them stop because that mesa might just fall into a hole now, right? And then all those kind of different minerals and uranium. You have all these Gadites dying from uranium poisoning, radiation poisoning. Right? Black lung, they're in the mines. Right? All because you get this trouble. You know what I mean? That's all Esau has for you. You're out there. What else you got? Right? So you so-called American Indians, you don't want to wake up and be your true tribe, which is the tribe of Gad of the nation of Israel.
You're going to come back. You're not going to make it. Okay, like I said, it ain't no Seminoles or Minnesotans or Cherokees or Lumbees. or Lakota or Shumash or Navajo, you ain't going on the ships.
Yeah, Nez Perce.
Ned's Purse, you ain't going on the ships. Only Gad, the tribe of Gad is going on the ships of the elect. Okay? The Most High, Yahweh Shai, the Creator, is only hearing people that's coming to him saying, Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, or people that acknowledge themselves as Bun Gad or Bun Ra'abun or Bun Aparium, Bun Aparium, Bun Asha, Bun Issachar. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is only acknowledging that, man. And you got to come back to this Bible, man. That's our book. That's our book. It's not the so-called white man's book. The white man came over here and they try to say, well, we try to convert the Indians into Christianity. How the devil gonna teach us our book, man? Like the Bible says, what is not unto thee clear my statutes, but that thou shalt take my judgments in thy mouth. That's what Esau did. They stole the Bible, man.
Yep. And all they do is remove ancient languages. Right? So if the so-called white man was all about that, why would he go into all of our sacred lands, so-called sacred lands, and mine them, destroy them, right? Take it, annex it, build dams, right? All for himself. And what do you Indians get out of it? You stuck on a plot of dirt.
And the reservation, y'all so proud of the reservation. The reservation is a prison camp. That's why they stuck you. They stuck you on the reservation. And stay here. If you leave this place, we're gonna kill you. Okay? Come on.
BIA was under the War Department, the federal government.
Yep. And now the BIA is in the Department of Interior. And the Department of Interior has fish and game, wildlife. It has a forestry. And the Indians showing you that they're animals, according to the government, man. He's gonna keep you in the department where they look at all the animals, and then the department where they deal with the fish, they deal with the gaming, wildlife, the forest, the trees, and then the Indians just another animal to deal with, right? And that's how this devil looks at you still to this day. All right, it don't matter how many so-called white people want to go to ceremony with you. Oh, here's $500. Can I have a sweat? Can I sweat?
That's right.
I want to sweat. Do all this.
You can't tell the brothers online and stuff.
It don't matter how many goddamn devils want to go to South America and the rainforest.
I'm not sure.
And hang out with the Indians over there. You're still the goddamn devil, all right? And your whole nation of people, you Edomites, are gonna go into slavery.
That's it right there.
Right? They come from all over the country,
go back. We'll look at
all over the world, actually, to the city of San Francisco, and they come here to this island, and they get to see this is Indian land. You know, so the Most High.
Okay. Your stream is resumed. Okay, yep. Alright, yep. Yep, it's back on now.
Are we good?
Yep, it's good. Yeah.
Psalms 37:1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Don't be envious of these damn devils. Oh, I want to be a such and such. We need to go into Congress. We need a seat in the Senate. We need to be with Esau, right, in legislature.
You don't want to be with Esau. That's the last place you want to be.
That's the last place you want to be. Keep going.
But they shall soon become
Damn devils, right? Custer's last name. Custer died for your sins, right? You damn devils. Custer ain't. That's just one devil, man. That was a low level customer. They don't like customers.
They knew he was gonna die. His cousin was stepping on a lot of toes. Up in DC, he was stepping on a lot of toes because he was arrogant, man. So they actually set him up. They sent him in there to die. They knew he would die on that mission.
And they would do that. They would send guys they don't like. Oh, let's go send them They showed that film, Fort Apache.
Yeah.
They sent what's his name, Fonda.
Yeah.
Right. They sent him out to Fort Apache, and he thought, oh, these are just savages. We're gonna go in there and mow them down. And then John Wayne's like, man, you can't do that. These guys, you think you don't know what you're dealing with?
Yeah.
Because he was a so-called Texas Ranger, right? Because the Texas Rangers, they used to had to deal with the Indians before the cavalry came in. So during the time of the Civil War, right, Gad was just going around on a warpath, you know, going in, raising shit, raping white women, right, kidnapping them.
The Comanche was raising a lot of hell. The Texas Rangers, man, the Texas Rangers did a lot of murder and rape to our women. Okay, and then they sent the cavalry in.
And then they sent the cavalry in. And when the cavalry was done, they just started building forts. And that was the end of it.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the end of it.
That's how they moved into the land, man.
Yep.
And acquired it. And then they got our own people to turn coat on us. With tomahawks. Okay.
Keep going.
It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb.
Wither as the green herb.
Esau, man. So Esau's going down. America's done. That's it. It's all done. It's all a wrap, man. And you can see it. With all these insurrections, that's the prophecy. When you shall see uprisings of the people, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. You see all these natural disasters. But right now, man,
trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land.
First of all, you gotta acknowledge Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You gotta acknowledge that you're an Israelite, and you gotta come back to this Bible, to the knowledge that's contained in this Bible. That's trusting in the Lord, and doing good is what we're doing right now, doing the work. We're doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's doing good. All right, brother.
And verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord.
You shall be fed. Be fed of these scriptures, man. Okay?
Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desire of thine heart.
That's right, the kingdom of heaven, the rulership of the earth, dominion over the nations, man. But you only gonna get that. I mean, Israel gonna get it anyway, but you wanna, well, it's all about election anyway. But the Bible says give diligence to make that call and an election sure. So that's why we out here doing what we're doing. We out here on the rock. And it's cold out here, man. It's picking up. Doing the work. It's brick cold out here. It's brick cold out here.
Yeah. It's like the air here, man, is cold as hell.
Yeah.
Keep going. You can see why the people in the prison, man.
Man, they're catching the air.
They're catching pure hell up here, man.
Yeah, baby.
Keep going.
I said, as soon as you get here, man, this place has a heavy spirit on it, because it's like just coming there, it's all mental shit. And we went up in the prison, which we probably walked through the cells before we leave the island. You can see, like, I'm thinking of, like, you know, this up in the place of one of the prisoners when they got here back in the 30s or whatever. Like, yo, man, this shit will just make you want to die, man. You gotta actually come here and be here to get what we're talking about, man. The feeling of despair that must have, when they came up that boat, the prisoners, the feeling of despair that must have came upon them, man. That's what they had to, that's what they call it, the rock, man. No escape.
It says, commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as noonday.
Yeah, brother, you get something. Get it in, man. You got a precept?
So, start at, this is Isaiah 49:5. And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my power shall be my strength.
Yeah, brother, you break it down.
Yeah, so Israel is not gathered, all right? But they're getting gathered by the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, by the Word, by the apostles on down, bringing out this Word, rousing up the Spirit in Israel. And then it says, but my power, you know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall be my strength. You know, not whatever traditions that got passed down to you. That this is our heritage. This is our culture.
Because what do the traditions get our people? They got our people diabetes. They got our people alcoholism, high blood pressure, all homosexuality. They got our people on the AIDS. All right, all these diseases, all these psychosis, whatever the hell you Indians are suffering from, man.
That's right.
All right, those traditions haven't got you anywhere. Got you destroyed.
Got you destroyed.
True traditions is this word right here. All right.
That's right. That's our true traditions. Our true traditions is the laws, statutes, and commandments in the Bible. Keeping the Passover. That's a true Gadite Reubenite tradition. Okay, the high holy days that the Bible talks about. Those are the traditions that our ancestors back in the ancient world acknowledged, man.
Keeping the Sabbath.
Keeping the Sabbath. Following the laws of the Most High.
Doing the sacrifice.
All this other bullshit we came over here, that's what got us destroyed. Why? Because that's why the Most High allowed Esau to take us down, because we was going off. Sundance, okay, piercing yourself, hanging from a pole and shit. That's heathenistic, man. The Bible says make no markings in your flesh.
And then they're doing the necromancy. All right, talking to the spirits, trying to wake up evil spirits, and then using those evil spirits to put on someone you don't like, putting hexes on other. So you go to the skinwalker, you go to the medicine man. Right? They give some money, give some food, whatever. Go put a hex on another Indian, see him destroyed. So all that's the tradition, man. That's your guys' tradition. You got to get back to the true nationality, man. Being an Israelite, okay? Because we are the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're the Israelites, all right? And then if you don't want to believe it, don't believe it, all right? You could go ahead and die here in America. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge behind us. Every film that comes out now shows the bridge being destroyed, right? Every film you see now shows San Francisco getting jacked up, the bridge getting blasted. But they showed it in Star Trek, they showed it in Godzilla. They keep showing you that. Why? It's gonna happen, man.
That's right.
Okay, it's gonna happen. Then everybody who don't want to get with it, talking to you, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're gonna die with it.
That's right.
Right along with this devil. Keep going.
Verse 6, and he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant.
Yeah, it's a light thing for us to go out here and do this, to teach. All right, to come back. It's a light thing to come out and teach. To be a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's the least we can do.
That's the least we can do. Keep going.
It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to raise up all the tribes of Jacob, from Judah all the way down to Yashakar, man. All the tribes. Okay, and you can see of what's happening in the political, what they call it, atmosphere of America. So the tribes are kind of getting together, man.
That's right.
Right? They know. Yeah. Okay, you know, we like Trump. I like Trump, right? Because he's gonna get this place destroyed, right? But the spirit is really going against them, man. You got all these tribes coming up against Trump. Why? Because they're starting to think, okay, this white man's a devil. We can't trust this white man.
They see it. Trump is a straight up devil.
Yep.
But that's the scripture. The scriptures tell you that this devil, the Most High, that's what we've been saying that for years. This man is going to show his horns.
And they put the orange man in there to do it. All right.
That's right. So now you tribes are saying, wow, yeah, man, the white man is the devil.
And then getting up with Esau at the Women's March ain't gonna stop you from being destroyed. All right. Because Trump, you woman. Another thing about you Indians, you want to talk about the woman. Hey, we go our traditions in the scriptures, all right? The woman has her place.
The woman has her place. Oh yeah, because we got to talk about that.
The woman has her place.
Matrilineal society.
Then Esau said alone that.
Determine your nationality. All you got is fucking tribe. Our tribe. All the people that look if your mother's an Indian or an Indian. No, it's the father.
But then a lot of that goes back to when the Spanish came.
Yeah.
So if a man wanted to start bucking up and wanted to get back in that warrior spirit, the woman would kick him out. Why? Because every time the men rose up, who would get hurt? The woman and the children.
Yeah.
Because they had to go out with the war parties, and then they leave the woman or children. They have to hide out for a week or two. They wanted to get hungry, they get sick. And a lot of times Esau go and kill them. And then the warriors would come back with children.
Yeah.
So they call it.
The chiefs had to answer to the clan.
Well, that's the
brothers.
thing about Standing Rock. Oh, the woman of Standing Rock. Oh, look, Spider Woman.
Yeah.
The warriors.
Yeah, the white buffalo was a demon. The white buffalo woman was a demon that came to save them, man.
Yeah. No different than the Virgin of Guadalupe deceiving Juan Diego. That bugged out Bishop Christ, right? It's the same thing. There's another demon that bug you out.
And mislead you.
From the truth. Which
got
a lot,
something, brother? You had
which a
something?
lot of you Indians are got on you. Nothing but
That's
demons.
right. Demons on you.
Right? It won't let you understand the scriptures. The demons won't let you come back.
That's right. Y'all won't listen to this truth, right? Yeah, listen to that shit, man. But then a lot of you will become Catholics. Some of you are Baptists. Some of you are Jehovah.
Seventh-day Adventists.
They got a, yeah, but they have a Jehovah Witness church on the airways.
They got that. They got Mormons. They got all that shit. All of them, man. So you turn to the but you won't turn to the truth. Show that the Most High is only dealing with his elect. All right. So very few of our people are going to be saved. It says.
Unto me, if thou wilt put away thine abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not. It says, then shalt thou not remove, and thou shalt swear.
Our people don't want to put them abominations away. They want to keep eating alligator.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep eating wild boar, rabbits.
Yeah, that's right.
Eating fucking jackrabbit.
Rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake. But then a lot of that stuff ain't even traditional food. That's just recently from survival food.
That's right.
We had to go to the swamp. Right, we were in the swamp. We had to eat the alligator. You know?
Yeah. That's all it is. Wasn't eating that shit.
Nah, he's eating the good shit.
Yeah. Deer, buffalo. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and we were growing our corn.
That's right.
Right? Keep going.
Thou shalt swear the Lord liveth in truth, in judgment, in righteousness.
The Lord liveth in truth, in judgment, and righteousness, and we're going to see that real soon. We're seeing it, and the Most High keeps waking up his elect.
That's right. Waking up the brothers, but you brothers is waking up the brothers. And even though I sleep with some of these other kids, they off on shit, but they all coming back to wicked with the Israelites.
Well, you know what? I saw a channel, the GOCC. Their GOCC's bugged out, but they got Gadites on the res woken up. But they woke up for GOCC. And then I got to show you the video because they got a traditional grandmother saying she's an Israelite, man.
Look at that.
You know, a traditional grandmother saying, yeah, we're Israelites. And then one of the Gadite women, she was teaching you, she's going on GOCC bugged out. But it was a good testimonial. She's all crying. She's bringing out the scriptures to be sober, right? Because she's suffering with alcoholism. You know? Yeah, I gotta show you that. But it was a real heavy. I was watching it, it was real heavy. To see the spirit.
Yeah. So that's the Most High. Even if you look at some of these other kids that ain't going on, but the Most High is Israel. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you can't stop this. Esau, you ain't gonna stop this. You 2/3, you sure ain't gonna stop shit. You 2/3, you got no power over anything.
Yeah, y'all gonna get mauled over, man.
You 2/3, we're just waiting for you guys to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Y'all gonna get mauled over, man. That's it.
All you niggas we're gonna go to the right across this water.
That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the camp.
Right? We're gonna see a lot of bugged out shit, and then we're gonna see especially niggas, right? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans with the goddamn women's march, right? A bunch of Edomite, dyke, lesbo, transsexual women up in there, marching with some goddamn bitches, man. For what? Against Trump? What y'all need to do is start turning to the Lord before it's too late. The doors are closing, my man. All right. Especially, but the Spirit Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna get His elect. Okay, and all you scoffers, you demons, they say, "Oh, Gadites, or they're calling us Americans,
Yeah,
whatever."
you assholes.
Keep doing it, man. You ain't gonna deceive the elect. Okay.
Sorry.
The Most High is going to wake up who we want to wake up, man. You don't think I've been hearing that bullshit? Esau tried to teach us in the schools that we were from the Bering Strait, man. And then Esau will come and say, yeah, that's just a theory, that's just bullshit. And it is bullshit, man, because it's nowhere in the scriptures. Okay? The scriptures tell us that the northern kingdom came over here on ships. Okay? During the time of the Assyrian captivity.
That's right. Let me tell you about that. That Apocrypha, right?
And that's a book the so-called white man don't want to bring up.
2,500 years ago, the tribe of Dan was amongst us. Right? They came over here within the Most High, did away with the tribe of Dan. How he did it then, with the Revelation, he talks about the 12 tribes. Dan is not mentioned.
Dan's one of them lost civilizations, man. Dan could have been the Anasazi or Machu Picchu.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. That's right.
All right, because hey, there's a lot of lost souls. There's a lot of secrets that the Most High has revealed to us.
That's right.
And the ones He did reveal to us is His prophecies.
That's right. That's right, man. That's right.
And the prophecy is that hey, what happened to the Gadites is going to happen to the American Indians, right? What's going to happen to the Israelites, right? And the prophecy, the curses, fell upon the American Indians,
That's
right?
right, man. That's
Fell
right.
upon the Seminole Indians, fell upon the Mexican Indians, right?
That's right, man.
All the way to the tip of Tierra del Fuego.
That's right, man.
The same curses on Judah, Benjamin, and Levi are on those tribes.
All
as
the
well.
curses came on the tribes, man, for breaking the laws of the Most High. We got church. So now that's why the Lord is raising up the tribes. So all the 12 tribes are being raised up, and you can see it. The prophecies are coming to pass, man. Okay, and nobody can stop that. It's not going to be stopped. So I guess we can finish our fifth scripture right here, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Jeremiah 4, let's go to the top 4 and 1. If thou wilt return, O Israel, saith the Lord, return unto me. If thou wilt put away thine abominations.
That's right. Everything we aforementioned, the beating on the drums and taking priority and all that witchcraft that our people, that's not going to save you. That's not going to bring you back to the Most High. It's only going to get you destroyed. Sun dances and all that, and sweat lodges, that's all. Those are abominations. The Most High frowns upon that. Go ahead, brother.
And if thou wilt put away thine abominations out of my sight, then shalt thou not remove. And thou shalt swear, the Lord liveth in truth, in judgment, and righteousness.
You got to come back to acknowledging you were Israelite under Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, we were created to be Israelites. Go ahead.
And the nations shall bless themselves in him.
That's right. We're going to get blessings in Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Okay, we're going to get blessings under the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, brother.
And in him shall they glory. For thus
That's right, not in Tukashla and all these crazy animal spirits and all that. We ain't glorying in that. Go ahead, bro.
For thus saith the Lord to the men of Judah and Jerusalem.
Judah and Jerusalem, meaning the so-called Negro, the tribe of Judah, and the rest of the tribes. Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Ephraim, Simeon, you know.
Break up your fallow ground.
Break up your fallow ground, all that shit. Powwows and beating on the drum, smoking the pipe, that's folly. Doing that's a fact. You gotta come away from all that, man. Come on.
And sow not among thorns. Circumcise your
sow not amongst thorns. You ain't supposed to be amongst all these knuckleheads that's following all that. You ain't supposed to be among. We ain't supposed to have no dealings with that. Come on.
Circumcise yourselves to the Lord.
Circumcise yourself to the Lord, and then come back. Circumcise your mind. Put away all that folly and come back to being the truth.
Yeah, all that uncleanliness.
That's right. Yeah.
And take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah.
Circumcise yourself, man. Right? Go ahead. That deals with all the tribes. You know, you so-called Negroes into all your madness, you Puerto Ricans, all that, your religion, them philosophies, the black unconscious community, all that's all. You gotta get rid of all that.
Ye men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like fire.
And it's gonna. The day of Jacob's trouble is coming. Trump is in there, man. He's gonna come down on Israel. See?
And burn that not. It says, lest my fire come forth like, lest my fury come forth like fire, and burn that none can quench it.
That's right, man. That you're gonna be destroyed, and all the hell that's gonna happen out here. The race wars, the concentration camps, and ultimately the missiles. You're gonna be destroyed. You ain't gonna make it, man. Okay.
because of the evil of your doings. Declare ye in Judah and publish in Jerusalem and say, blow ye the trumpet in the land.
We all be blowing the trumpet. We're bringing out the scriptures, man. We out in the streets teaching, pushing Israel, pushing Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead.
Cry, gather together and say, assemble
Gather
yourselves.
together. That's right. Israel, the tribes are being assembled, like you said. Together. Come on.
And say, assemble yourselves. Let us go into the defense cities.
The defense cities is coming back to us. Coming back to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. That's going to be your only defense, man. Come on.
Set up a standard towards Zion.
We are setting up the standard. Here we go. We standing out here holding up the Bible. We got the 12 tribes sign. That's the standard. That sign. When people come, they say it's sign. We're the only ones with that 12 tribes sign. That's setting up the standard, man. Come on.
Sire, say not, for I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction. The lion,
Oh, here it is, like America, North America.
the lion has come up from his tickle, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
Yahweh Shai. That's Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. Is there more? Is there more to that?
It's a little bit more. I finished up.
Yeah, finish it out.
He is going forth from his place to make the land desolate, and the city shall be laid waste without inhabitants.
That's right. You can end it there, man. America.
That's right.
See, all this is going to be laid away from here to New York City.
It's gonna be looking.
Canada all the way down, man. So with that, man, you got to do
No inhabitants here no more, man.
no inhabitants here, but this is all going to be laid waste, man.
Yeah, done.
So with that, man, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Final American Indian Uprising. Shalom to all you brothers out there, man. You're logged in. It's streamed good, and we're going to be doing this more, man. Any words you want to say?
Death to America.
That's
Death
right.
to America.
That's
That's
right.
right. All right.
Wake
Shalom.
up, Jake.
That's right.
Let's see.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
man, beautiful.
Hold on, I think we're still live.